now word from Westside Principal, Ms. Crystal Childers, and AD of the Year, Dr. Candace Roberson.
Hello, I am Crystal Childers, principal here at Westside High School. As you know, our theme is champions by choice, excellence by design. And so tonight, I need for everyone to operate in that excellence. As you are aware, the Georgia High School Association requires that we demonstrate great sportsmanship. So as we cheer on all teams, all cheerleaders, all bands, fans, remember who we are. And remember that that excellence requires us to make sure that we're cheering on all teams and we operate in a fashion that is honorable. So we look forward to tonight being a wonderful night of celebrations as we participate in this football game. And as always, go Noles.
Why not fold it the right way?
What's up?
Why not fold it the right? Oh wait, it's on fold. I served in the Marine Corps, so.
I got you. Just it in.
Yeah.
Rutland Athletic Director,
Hello,
Mr. Charles Gordon.
my name is Charles. Everyone gets a chance to support their team, loud and proud. We want to make sure that you are doing so with respect and good sportsmanship in mind. Per GHSA rules and guidelines, please refrain from making any derogatory or hateful comments about any of the players, coaches, officials, or any individuals that are involved in tonight's event. Thank you. Let's level up and remember, it's better on the bridge. Let's go Canes.
And now a word from your gracious host, the principal of Rutland High School, Dr. Wendy Pooler.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Wendy Pooler, proud principal of Rutland High School, and I'm excited to welcome you to a night of Hurricane football. The Georgia High School Association and its member schools have made a commitment to promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at all GHSA sanctioned events. Profanity, degrading remarks, and intimidating actions directed at officials or competitors will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the event site. Spectators are not allowed to enter the competition area during warm-ups or while the contest is being conducted. Thank you in advance for your cooperation and the promotion of good sportsmanship at today's event. So now, on behalf of the Bibb County Board of Education and our Superintendent, Dr. Dan Sims, enjoy the game and take it from these scholar athletes. It is always a great day to be a Hurricane.
Could you turn your attention to midfield for the presentation of the captains?
They're moving now. Look.
Your captains for the Westside visitors, number 6, Dante Flint, number 13, Sean Howard, number 7, Warrenville, and number 11, Jaden Marshall. And for your home team, Hurricanes, captains, number 2, Donovan Rutledge, number 5, Bibb County, Billy Rockmore, and number 50, Jay Sean Black. Hurricanes have are going to
Welcome, everyone, to Ed DeFore Sports Complex here in Macon, Georgia. I'm Graham Tuck with Braden Holder here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, and tonight we will be bringing you the Westside Seminoles coming in at 0-1 against the Rutland Hurricanes, who are 1-0 after winning their first game since 2023, Braden. It's been a long time for them. October 27th of 2023 against Kendrick was the last time they won until last week, and it was a convincing win for them against Crawford County, 54-6, starting to turn things around. And for a school that has never beaten Westside, they've got a really good chance to take them down for the first time ever tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it. We're looking forward to a great performance on both sides of the ball here, but like you said with Rutland, I think that this could be their year. The 16 contests that these schools have shared with each other, Westside has came out on top every night, but I think Rutland has the chance with what we saw last week to do it tonight. Yeah, absolutely. And for Westside coming in after a loss last week against Northeast, 39-0, and Rutland coming in off of a big high, like I said, 54-6. Two teams, and like I said, week one doesn't define the season for anyone one way or the other, but it's definitely important to start on the right foot, and if it doesn't go your way like it didn't for Westside, you can't let it linger for too long. This is a big opportunity for a get-back game for them. No doubt about it. And we, despite the loss, we saw a lot of great plays and just a lot of great things overall from Westside last week against Northeast. They played a really good Northeast team that's probably going to go far in the playoffs this year, but that did not stop Westside from having some big plays. Jaden Stevens in the quarterback position for Westside had some huge plays, showed a lot of athleticism, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do here tonight. Absolutely. Going to get started here in just a minute as Westside will kick off and Rutland will have the ball first. It's Montpremier Marvin's getting things started, the freshman kicker for Westside, and for the Hurricanes it looks like it's going to be Isaiah Wheeler back to return, 3 men deep for the Hurricanes. It should be a fun one, Braden. Excited to have everybody here with us here on Middle Georgia Sports Live as Marvin's gets the ball ready to go. What's your predictions in this one, Braden, real quick before we get started? I think we're going to have a close game on our hands. I really do. I think offensively it's going to be a battle between these two teams. Saw a lot of strengths on both of them last week offensively. So I think it's going to come down a lot to the defense. Marvin gets it up into the air, and it's out of bounds. That's not going to be a great start. Defensively, flag is out, and so it'll be good field position from the jump for the Hurricanes as they will have the ball first. And leading the team out onto the field, it's going to be Zamarin Johnson starting things off at quarterback. He had a good week last week. Completed all of his passes, had 1 touchdown pass against Crawford County. They're going to start the ball at the 41, so good field position from the jump as mentioned. Johnson in the shotgun. He's going to go ahead and take the snap, man in motion, hand it off up the middle. Good gain right off the bat. Looks like about 5 before taking him down. That was Billy Roquemore, the senior, with the carry. And a stop there for the Seminoles on first down. It'll be second and about 5. Those linemen for the Seminoles putting in some work early in this one. Another snap. This is a backwards pass here out in space. Good job swarming the ball carrier, and leading the charge there was Jaden Marshall, the senior linebacker that's going to get there and make the stop. Excuse me, that's Bryson Childers, I believe, with the tackle for a loss, and it's now going to be 3rd and long. Looks like about 11 for the Hurricanes. Yeah, I think Jaden Marshall did a great job of being where he needed to be on time, and he kind of saw that hole, got there in time, and was able to kind of be in charge of that stop. So now first 3rd down here for the Hurricanes. Johnson going to be in the gun once again. 3 wide left. He drops back to pass, and it looks like we're going to have a stoppage. I believe Westside took a timeout there before getting the snap off, and so that's an early timeout for Westside. Yeah, Westside burning a timeout on defense. Coach didn't like what he saw there.
And so with 10:49 left to go in the first quarter, Westside using their first time out of the half.
We'll take a quick timeout with them. Don't go anywhere. It's Middle Georgia Sports Live.
When doubt surrounds your picture of tomorrow, hope from others can light the way forward. A whole team of people focused on what's next. Devoted to medicine that envisions the future so you can do the same. The power of second chances is here at Emory Healthcare, but its beauty shines brightest when you bring it home.
Welcome back to Middle Georgia Sports Live, presented by Coca-Cola and Emory Healthcare. It's 3rd and 11 for the Hurricanes here against the Westside Seminoles. Rutland on their first drive. Zamarin Johnson back to pass, rolls out right, throws deep, picked off there at the 40-yard line, and Westside going the other way. It's Cody Mitchell running back. He's hammered right there at the 50, but a takeaway on the first drive of the game for the Seminoles.
What a change of events. Cody Mitchell making plays. He made plays on defense last week all game and had a lot of big stops, and already early in this one able to come out with the interception.
So not exactly what you wanted to start the game there if you're Rutland, but still plenty of time left. But this is good field position on the Rutland 49-yard line for the first drive of the game for the Westside Seminoles. And it looks like leading the team out is going to be Jaden Stevens to take the start at quarterback, number 1 for the Seminoles.
Jaden Stevens, I mentioned it earlier, but last week he had a phenomenal game despite the loss. I just think he showed a lot of athleticism.
Stevens with the handoff on first down, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss. Way to get in the backfield that time. That was good penetration there by Amir Flournoy. A loss of 2 is going to put the Seminoles back on their own half of the field. From 49 to 49, it's now 2nd and 12. Some substitutions for the Seminoles. Look like they're going to roll 2 wide on the left side. Stevens from the gun once again. Stevens drops back, looking to pass, and it's off the mark. Had some pressure in his face, threw it off the mark out wide, and now 3rd and long here for Westside. 9:54 left to go, first quarter. Seminoles set up in good field position from the jump with the interception by Cody Mitchell on the first pass of the game for Zamarin Johnson, but haven't been able to do anything. Neither team with positive yards on offense yet. Jaden Stevens back to pass on 3rd and long, looking to go deep into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Some bumping there at about the 30-yard line, but no flag. And now it'll be Westside looking to punt here on 4th and 12.
When doubt surrounds you.
So neither offense able to get it going so far, Braden.
Yeah, the defenses have both kind of been strong here and showing that dominance, but I think by the end of the night we'll have some good offensive plays and some explosion. I really do think Jaden Stevens is going to be able to lead this Seminoles offense.
And now it's Marvin's to punt. Straight up in the air. It's going to fall down at about the 32 and take a Hurricanes bounce. That's a good down there by Jaden Marshall. And so the Rutland Hurricanes will come back out for their second drive. Rutland looking to take down Westside for the first time ever here tonight and go 2-0 on the season after a win against Crawford County last week. Westside looking to rebound and get to 1-1. Here's an end around jet sweep, and that's a good gain of about 3 before getting pushed back. Looked like that was Donovan Rutledge on the carry. So it'll set up 2nd and 7. Positive yards, always a good way to start the drive, Braden.
No doubt about it. I'll tell you what, these bands are both in full force tonight, keeping all of us entertained.
Oh, absolutely. 3 wide on the right this time, 1 to the left for the Hurricanes. Johnson back to pass. Flag flies, and now getting about a yard on the play is Billy Roquemore, but we'll see what the flag is. Looks like this might be coming back. Looked like potentially illegal formation. And that is the call, so it'll send the Hurricanes back and set up 2nd and 12.
Yeah, definitely not what Rutland was looking for on that one.
So now we'll see what Rutland can do in 2nd and long. Two men in motion coming from left to right. They're going to fix the spot. Johnson in the shotgun, Roquemore to his right. 3 receivers that way as well. Snap goes, Johnson looking to take it himself. He scrambles to the right. He's got some space, trying to cut back before he sat down right at the 44-yard line. And that'll make it 3rd and manageable, about 4 yards, 3rd and 4 for the Hurricanes. That's a good gain there on a designed QB run by Zamarin Johnson. Rutland got set quick. Now slows things down, trying to get the right call off here on 3rd and 4. Defense jumped, but they didn't snap the ball. Rutland trying to get set themselves. Roquemore motions from right to left. Now spreads out wide. Johnson looking for open man. Throws it downfield, and that's going to be another pick. It's the same guy, Cody Mitchell, with his 2nd pick on 2 drives. And Westside has the ball in good field position once again at their own 40.
So Rutland not doing a good job of keeping the ball there. They did get moved back and started gaining some of those yards back. It looked like they may be getting closer to that 1st down, and before you know it, another pick.
It looked like Johnson might have been able to pick up the 1st down if he had tried to take it himself, but it's his 2nd pick in as many drives. And it'll set up the Seminoles in good field position. Jaden Stevens going to head back out there for the drive. Seminoles quarterback. 2 wide both sides, 1 in the backfield. Stevens looking to throw. He's pressured, steps up, and creates some room. He's across the 50 for the 1st down, still moving across the 40, and he's brought down at about the 42-yard line. First big gain of the day for either team, and it's Jaden Stevens, the quarterback, with some scrambling ability, getting his team into Rutland field position.
Jaden Stevens, when you need to move the ball, give it to him. This quarterback can do it all.
Ball on the Rutland 38 as Stevens. That's going to be a flag there.
And it looks like 17 jump for Rutland. Charles Martin.
That's going to set up 1st and 5 for Westside as everybody starts marching a little bit closer towards that Rutland end zone. Neither team with a completion so far. 7:34 to go in the 1st quarter as the clock runs. Man in motion comes to the left side. Stevens rolling to his left. Now sets up to go deep. He's got a man, and that's going to be a flag on the play.
Oh, yeah.
It comes from the far side. That ball was well underthrown, but that's a good play as Starlevon Marshall was open downfield, but the defender didn't get turned around, and that's going to be pass interference against Rutland, and that will only be good things for the Seminoles as they get even deeper into Rutland territory here.
These Seminoles are hungry. They want to get this win under their new head coach, and that was a long throw. And Rutland just kind of said, hey, I can either let him catch it right here at the end zone, or I could take this flag, and the ball moves up a little bit, but not this close.
And so that's going to get the Seminoles into the red zone. Ball on the Rutland 18-yard line. Stevens with the first good drive of the game for the Seminoles. Steps back to pass. He's pressured. Rolling back to about the 30, and now he'll throw it away. Good job to evade pressure. The offensive line didn't let much of anything get by him. Actually got everything by him, but that was Stevens rolling out and getting it away to set up 2nd and 10. Second drive of the game for the Seminoles. Neither team with a completion so far. It's all been rushing yards and 2 interceptions for the Rutland quarterback, Zamarian Johnson. Zamarian Johnson had 1 touchdown last week in their win over Crawford County. Tyson White, the senior, had 2 touchdown passes. Got to wonder if we'll see both today at some point as well. They both got playing time in that big win for Rutland. And is this going to be another timeout for Westside? Yes, it is. So with 7:10 to go in the first quarter, Westside already taken 2 timeouts. And they want to make sure they get this right. With the ball in the 18, the closest either team has gotten in scoring position. But if Rutland can keep getting through the Westside offensive line like they did on that last play, then they might be able to push the Seminoles back out of field goal range.
No doubt about it.
And you don't know what field goal range is really for the Seminoles because you have the freshman kicker, Monpremier Marvins, and he saw him on the kickoff and the punt on the Seminoles' first drive, and he didn't have the greatest leg, but it's also different place kicking versus punting or kicking off a tee, so you don't really know what you've got so far from Marvins. Might be 4-down territory regardless at this point in a game like this as well. 7:10 to go in the first. Seminoles threatening. Motion into the backfield. There's a handoff and tackled behind the line. That time was the Seminoles running back. That was Tyleek Flint. And that's going to be a loss. It's going to set up 3rd and long for the Seminoles. So what looked like a promising drive at first after the long run from Stevens and then the pass interference against Rutland has quickly stalled out. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from right at the 20. And we'll see what the Seminoles do here. Like I mentioned, it might be 4-down territory. You never really know.
Yeah, curious to see what Coach Harris is able to do. We'll see if they can convert here on 3rd down.
3 wide to the left. Now 1 motions into the backfield. That's Zamori Clark as now Stevens drops back, looking to the end zone, throws it there, and it's just through the receiver's hands. He had Jaden Jackson, the sophomore, in the end zone, but it's just over him. And now we'll see what happens here on 4th and 12 as Stevens looks to the sideline. It looks like they're going to keep the offense out there in good field position on the 20. But Rutland with a good stand so far. Now on 4th and 12, they've got 1 more stop to make.
Yeah, they've been killing it so far. I mean, a swarm of Hurricanes has been on every play. Definitely interested to see what Jaden Stevens is going to do with his offense on 4th and 12 here.
Directing traffic as a man motions to the left side in the slot. Here's Stevens rolling to his left, going to try to get it himself. He's got blockers. Stevens looking inside the 10 to the 5 to the end zone. Did he make it in? No, he's out at the 1, but they pick up the first down on 4th and 12. Stevens again with his legs. He's got a good chunk of rushing yards here on this drive. That puts him up over 40 rushing yards on the game. And now it's 1st and goal for the Seminoles inside the 5.
Westside's starting to come alive. Jaden Stevens is just making those plays and creating those moments like he did last week. We'll see if the Seminoles can get their first touchdown of the year right here.
They were shut out 39-0 by Northeast last week, trying to get their first points of the season here. Goal line formation here for the Seminoles. Shotgun snap for Stevens, and he's in for the touchdown. Stevens doing it himself with his legs here on this drive, and that's that athleticism that you talked about from the jump here, Braden, showing off 6-0 Seminoles.
Westside on top. Westside scores first. I'm telling you, Jaden Stevens has been a playmaker so far this year.
And I think you can see why with the ability. I mean, his throws were well placed, even though he didn't have a completion on that drive. He almost had the touchdown pass to Jackson, and now it'll be Marvin's out for the extra point. Snap a little low, but it's through the uprights. 7-0 Seminoles, and they get out to the early lead. Let's see how Rutland can respond here. Mentioned it earlier, Westside very good historically against Rutland, but this might be a different Rutland team this year. We'll see. They're going to need a change in the tides offensively because 2 picks and 2 drives, not going to cut it.
No doubt about it. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. It's MGSL High School Football. Don't go anywhere.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. You see it and answer the thirst, but never thirsty. Sprite, the clear favorite.
Welcome back to Ed DeFore Sports Complex. 7-0 Seminoles after the rushing touchdown from Jaden Stevens. He had 2 big chunk plays with his legs on that drive to get the Seminoles inside the 1 and then took it in from the goal to go. And it makes it 7-0 Westside here over the Rutland Hurricanes. I'm Graham Tuck here with Braden Holder on Middle Georgia Sports Live for Westside and Rutland. And we'll see what Rutland can do here. 2 picks on their first 2 drives. And they're going to need to get something going offensively if they're going to keep up here. As Marvin's a better kickoff than the first time, but that one's muffed. Ball loose. That's a live ball. It looks like Westside has it
and I think
the 38-yard line.
That's the 3rd turnover by this Rutland offense.
And as many drives, that one didn't even start. 3 turnovers and only 2 times that they've had the offense out there on the field. And Westside, after going up 7-0, going to have a chance to extend their lead with great field position here.
What a turn of events. And Westside is just as fired up as they can be, and they've got all the momentum going on their side. But the Hurricanes have just not been able to get a hold of the ball. This time it was the special teams able to make the play for the Seminoles.
And so with 6:03 to go in the first quarter, the Seminoles offense going to get right back out there.
We are currently in the midst of one of those breaks right now to properly conform with Georgia High School State Association rules. We could encourage everyone in the stands. Also, take a hydration break. Head on down to the concession stand and get you something.
So a lot of big games going on in the area. We got Westfield taking on FPD just down the street. Bullock Academy taking on Tatnall. Those games are all live on Middle Georgia Sports Live as well. And then other games in the area, Northeast making the short road trip down to Warner Robins. They're playing at the MAC. That's going to be a good one. Perry playing at Dublin.
Some great football all around the region all season long here on Middle Georgia Sports Live.
Howard is at Valdosta as well, I believe.
It's a bit of a longer trip. And so it'll be Stevens back out there after a great drive with his legs last time around. Both teams still looking for their first completion here in this one. Shotgun snap. Stevens going to roll out to his left, throws. And that one's on target. A great spot throw that time, and it's brought in by Corin Veal. And that'll be a first down for the Seminoles, taking them into the 21-yard line. Pickup of 17 for Veal.
We're starting to see some of that West Side fire we missed last week.
There's another snap. Here's a handoff, getting around the edge, running into his blockers and inside the 10, but a flag thrown. We'll see if this run stands. As it stands now, it's Caleb Simmons with a great run inside the 10 to set up goal to go, and it looks like it might be coming back. It's going to be a hold against Westside.
Yeah, Westside did a great job setting up the blockers, but I think they got a little too handsy down there, and that set up the flag.
That's going to back them up a little bit, not too terribly much since it was downfield. We'll see whether they end up spotting it. It's essentially going to negate the play. It's still going to be a first down and 10. First down and 9, actually, I should say. Stevens from the gun again. Rolls out right this time. He's got his tight end in the flat. Pump fakes, now looks deeper, and it looks like that one's brought in for a first down. Great catch on the ground by Zamori Clark, the senior, and that's going to set up first and goal for the Seminoles.
So on back-to-back drives, Seminoles able to get into that first and goal territory. We'll see if they're able to convert again.
First drive, it was with the legs for Stevens. Now he's getting it through the air. First and 10 from the 10. 5 minutes to go in the first. Stevens, a designed run. He's going to go off the left guard. Circle back around there. Space to the right. Cuts there. Heading for the pylon. Powers through. Did he get to the line? It's a touchdown. The second rushing touchdown in as many drives for Jaden Stevens. And he did it all on that one.
What a drive and what a play. Jaden Stevens, there's not enough you can say about him. I think he's doing a fantastic job leading this offense.
That is clinical work on the last 2 drives from Jaden Stevens. And the Rutland defense looked tired on that one, didn't have an answer. 4 plays, one of them called back for a penalty, but 2 completions for Stevens. The one run by Simmons that was called back, and then the designed run that ended up getting bounced out to the right side. And the extra point will make it 14-0 Westside after 2 rushing touchdowns by the quarterback, Jaden Stevens. That is great work that time by the Seminoles offense, and now the Hurricanes with an even deeper hole to dig themselves out of.
No doubt about it. Westside showing that heat, coming out on top, 14-0, quick lead. It's only the first quarter. We still got 3 more to play. Graham, what are you looking for if you're Rutland here to kind of bounce back from this?
I think you got to go to what's worked for you so far, and that's the running game. They have had some good runs, but they haven't really been able to string anything together with Billy Roquemore, and we'll see what happens here, but you absolutely have to make sure that you get the ball this time around after the muff kick on the last kickoff from the first Stevens touchdown. You got to get the ball into your offense's hands if you're going to get some points on the board. Marvin's to kick off. This is his best one of the night. It'll be fielded at the 23 by the Hurricanes, and now they've got some room to run. Up the near side, across the 50. Got a blocker at the 30. Did he step out? Still going. Down to the 20, and a great return by Donovan Rutledge. And that will set the Hurricanes up in great field position. That's exactly what they needed. We'll see where they mark them, but that's going to be a return of over 50 yards to set the Hurricanes up in Westside field position for the first time tonight. They'll spot the ball at the 16.
Well, we were just talking about what does Rutland need to do to bounce back from this, and it seems like they're doing it.
So now we'll see what Marion Johnson can do with good field position. He's going to hand it off, and that's a good gain on first down, a good modest 3 or 4 yards. Looks like they're going to spot him down at about the 12 or 13, so a gain of 3, making it 2nd and 7. That was Roquemore on the last carry. Here's Zamarian Johnson to the right side. He's got a blocker inside the 5 for a first down, and that'll put the Hurricanes at goal to go. And keeping the ball on the ground has been what's worked for the Hurricanes all night long, even dating back to their first 2 drives where they had the interceptions. We'll see if they even go to the air here. First and goal from the 5. Man in motion to the backfield. Johnson takes the snap, hands it off to Roquemore. He's bottled up at the 5, but they'll push him for about a yard, making it second and goal from the 4. And the running game has been good here, particularly on this drive. You can see the speed for this Hurricanes team when they get out there. Roquemore the back again. Johnson from the gun. Option to the left side, cuts to the goal line. He is in for the touchdown.
Wow, what a dive. Did you see that?
I sure did. Zamarian Johnson. So 3 touchdowns here in this game, all of them rushing touchdowns by the quarterbacks. And a chance to cut the lead to 7 here with the extra point for the Hurricanes. That lightning in a bottle with the kickoff return of 57 yards, exactly what they needed.
No doubt about it. And just like that, the Hurricanes are back in this game. So Westside came out showing some early fire and some big offensive plays off of those turnovers, but Rutland not slowing down one bit. They come down despite the challenge and put 6 on the board.
And the extra point is good to make it a 14-7 game. So a clinical rushing drive. They run on every play and they punch it in for 6. So 14-7 here, and that's a great response from the Hurricanes, especially the way that this game could have gone after the first 3 drives all ended in turnovers, especially with the muff kickoff, making it 14-0, a huge response to keep this a tight game late in the first quarter.
No doubt about it. That's exactly what Rutland needed. They needed something big to get the momentum going back on their side, and that big kickoff return was exactly what happened, and that's what they needed to do.
So 2 rushing touchdowns from Jaden Stevens, 1 from 1 yard out, 1 from 10 yards out. And now 1 for Zamarian Johnson from 4 yards out.
So Bryson Weaver getting ready to kick it off for the Hurricanes, it looks like.
Sophomore kicker wearing number 90. That extra point was the first action he'd gotten of the game. Weaver directing traffic for the kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Westside at about the 22, and a good cut to the right, and now some room to get across the 50. Still moving across the 40 before he's pushed out to the sideline that time by Case and Rhodes, but what a return for both teams. And now Westside in good field position already in Rutland territory.
I'm telling you what, we've seen some big kickoff returns on both sides of the football. The special teams are putting in work.
That they are. Looks like the drive is going to start on the Rutland 40 or 39 yard line. They put the sticks at, looks like the 38. And that is already the 3rd drive that Westside has had start inside the Rutland 40 of their 4 drives. The field position game has been won by the Seminoles so far in this one, save for the good kickoff return on the last drive by the Hurricanes. 2:45 left to go in the first, 14-7 Seminoles.
Looks like Rutland's going to take their first.
And that is a Hurricanes timeout. Remember that Westside has already burned 2 of theirs. So they've got 1 remaining, and now Rutland with 2 remaining. all of the timeouts, I should say 2 of the 3 taken by the defense as well on this one. So Marion Johnson had 2 carries for 14 yards last week against Crawford County. And he already has a touchdown here in this one. Roquemore, who was the running back for most of that last series, had 3 touchdown runs against Crawford County. They had 6 touchdowns on the ground and 1 in the air. Caught by Wheeler. So now it's 1st and 10 for Westside. And it's going to be a new quarterback here for Westside, as that is a good stand-up tackle there. Gain of about 5 on 1st down for the Seminoles. But after 2 touchdown series for Jaden Stevens, it looks like it's going to be Amari Spencer, the sophomore, in at quarterback. So an interesting switch there. Stevens in from the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off, and a good gain up the middle, still going. He's going to be knocked back. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 1. Another good gain that time for Tyleek Flint.
Cade Johnson, he's going to stop him before he can get to the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and short, fans. Let's put our hands together for the defense. We got to get them off the field.
So 3rd and 1 coming up for the Seminoles. Minute 40 to go in the first. Stevens drops back. Excuse me, this is Spencer, and that one's caught across the middle for the 1st down. First completion of the game.
Have a late hit on the QB over here.
And that's going to be even more yardage. Should be half the distance to the goal. Pass was caught at the 17-yard line. That should put the Seminoles inside goal to go.
That's going to be added on to the end of the catch.
And it will.
The result of your play is the Seminoles 1st down.
So ball's going to be spotted at the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 9. Good first drive here for Amari Spencer. Bulk substitutions here. And this is interesting. It looks like we're actually going to get a 3rd man under center for the Seminoles. Looks like this is going to be a wildcat formation, as that was Caleb Simmons who took the draw, but some issues with the snap. He was stopped for no gain on the play. And I think that's going to back up the Seminoles a decent bit. Believe we had a flag for a false start, on that play. So now the Seminoles going to have 1st and goal from the 14. They tried to move quick on that wildcat play there, but it didn't work out for them, and now it sets them back. Simmons, who took that snap from the gun, is back out there along with Amari Spencer, the quarterback. Shotgun formation, man in motion to the near side. That's Zamori Clark. Fade route to the far side, coming back to get it, incomplete. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
That fade was intended for number 7, Gordonville. It's going to fall incomplete.
Interesting to switch quarterbacks in the middle of what had been a good offensive quarter for Westside after 2 straight touchdown drives from Jaden Stevens, getting both of them with his legs, and good field position, making the switch for the Seminoles at quarterback.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just not trying to save him for later in the game. Don't want to burn him out too early. And it looks like that's going to come back a little bit more. I think that was against Westside.
This has been a penalty-riddled drive for both teams. Another false start against the Seminoles. That's going to give them 2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. So they've got a long way to go here. And now Stevens is going to come back out after the drive stalled with Spencer out there at quarterback. So Stevens back in the gun with Caleb Simmons to his left, the back. Stevens takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw, going deep to the end zone. Got a man! Did he hold on? No, incomplete. That was a great throw. And the target was there, but Corin Veal couldn't haul it in. And it looks like we have another flag on the play. What's going to be the call here? Did we have PI over there on the far side? There may be defensive holding. It looks like this one's going to be against the Hurricanes.
May have been unsportsmanlike. Okay.
It is holding against Rutland, and so that's going to set up another unsportsmanlike as well, also against Rutland. You were right as well.
Yeah, I think there was some things that went down after the play.
And so that's going to
Isaiah Wheeler.
That's going to reset the down. That goes from 3rd and goal at the 19 to becoming 1st and goal. We'll see where they spot this one. Should be half the distance, so putting them back inside the 10. That is a gift to the Seminoles offense.
It was a great pass breakup from Wheeler. I think he just got a little too excited afterwards and kind of got in the player's face down there.
And this is the territory that's belonged to Jaden Stevens. They actually are going to place this one at the 5. So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Actually, Bill's 2nd down, I believe. 2nd and goal from the 5. The handoff stopped in the backfield initially and unable to break through. That's a big tackle there for the Hurricanes as Simmons is stopped for a loss. And it'll be 3rd and goal. This is a big play here in this first quarter with 35 seconds to go and counting. 3rd and goal from the 6.
And if Rutland was able to hold off Westside here, that would be absolutely huge for them.
Stevens from the gun. He's going to look to run it in again. He's powering towards the goal line, but definitely stopped short. And so now it's decision time for the Seminoles. 4th and goal from about the 2. And we'll have to wait until the 2nd quarter to see what they want to do here, as that will do it for the first. 14-7 Seminoles at the end of the first quarter. We've seen good running game from both sides, but neither team able to be much effective over the air. 3 rushing touchdowns in this one, 2 for the Seminoles quarterback Jaden Stevens, 1 for Zamarian Johnson for Rutland to cut the lead in half. But after 12 minutes of play, it is 14-7 Westside. They've got 4th and goal from the 2 to start the 2nd quarter. After the break, and Braden, that was a rocky start for both teams. Westside starting off with a punt, 2 interceptions to start things off for Rutland. But both teams seem to rebound well, and both teams relying on special teams to make that happen. Both teams with good kickoff returns to set up scoring drives.
No doubt about it. The special teams have been huge in this game on both sides of the football. Big returns on both sides, like you said, some ending in touchdowns, and a turnover on the special teams return as well.
Absolutely.
3 turnovers in Westside's favor so far this game. They're able to connect on 2 of them. They'll start the 2nd quarter, 4th and 2. If you're Westside, you got 4th and 2 right here. What are you trying to do?
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it, as I believe Stevens is back out there. 4th and goal from the 2 to kick off the 2nd quarter. Up by 7. Seminoles trying to double their lead. Play clock at 15 as Stevens takes the snap, throws to the end zone, and it is caught. Faked that they were going to do the QB power once again, but it's a receiving touchdown for the Seminoles to make it 20-7.
And that was Bryson Childers with the catch.
That was a great play design. It's been Stevens with his legs all game long, but he goes over the top of the line with that one. And it's his 3rd overall touchdown of the game. What a game that Stevens is having.
So we got a stoppage here.
That's 3 straight scoring drives.
So Seminoles going to back up another false start.
That's
something they got to work on.
Especially on extra points, those can hurt you. That's points off the board. So it's going to be the kick taken from the 15-yard line for the lefty Marvins. High snap, and the kick is blocked. Rutland's going to have a chance to take this one back, perhaps? No, it is a dead ball, and that is going to keep the score at 20-7. So that is a good break for the Hurricanes, getting through at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see what they have in store for their first drive of the second quarter. Three touchdowns so far for the Seminoles. Junior quarterback Jaden Stevens. They started that last drive with Amari Spencer at quarterback, the sophomore. And it started off well. He had a good completion, some good runs on the ground with the running backs, but it stalled out quickly after penalties took over, and they said, enough with this, let's get Stevens back in there, and he takes over for the scoring.
All right. Jaden Stevens has just been phenomenal so far tonight. He was phenomenal in the last game despite the loss, but we'll see what Rutland's able to do, see if they're able to capitalize on some of the momentum they've already built up. They're still not out of this by any means, and coming up huge on defense there with the block kick.
So Marvin's going to kick off here again. Still a lot of game left, but the Seminoles with the 13-point lead after the first play of the second quarter. It's a short kick, and the Hurricanes will hold on to it at their own 41, and that's where the drive will start.
Middle Georgia Sports Live is brought to you by Emory Healthcare and Coca-Cola. We're thankful for their partnership with Middle Georgia Sports Art from the Hurricanes.
Stevens takes the snap. Excuse me, that's Johnson, and a big tackle behind the line of scrimmage by Dalen Harris. That's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play to set up second and long.
And Dalen Harris he's a tank. That is a big boy.
Oakmore just couldn't get beyond the line of scrimmage. And so ball will be at the 40, second and 12. We'll see what Zamarian Johnson can do. No completions yet for the Hurricanes here in the second quarter. Johnson 0 for 2 with 2 interceptions. He's going to roll out and look to pass here. Johnson off the hands of the defender. That was Justin Fuller who had a chance at a pick, but he couldn't reel it in. And that'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Hurricanes. Not the start to the drive that you wanted. We'll see what they opt to do here. The passing game just hasn't been there, but with 12 yards to go to the sticks, you might have to try to make something happen here. Johnson from the gun Takes the snap, looks to pass, rolling out to his left, getting away from pressure, taking it across the line of scrimmage, looking to the 50, stays on his feet, and he's knocked out of bounds. That'll be a first down for Rutland. A good run by Zamarian Johnson to keep the drive moving. And that's the kind of play that they need more of for the Hurricanes.
No doubt about it. They are getting it rolling, and everything's going their way right now, it looks like, on offense.
Johnson taking the snap at midfield. Fake the handoff. He's going to take it himself to the left, and that's going to be another first down for Zamarian Johnson.
Zamarian Johnson is a playmaker this second quarter.
He's got 24 rushing yards here on this drive. And it's got the Hurricanes moving towards scoring position. Ball at the 38 of the Seminoles. Hands it off to Roquemore, but that one's going to get blown dead before the snap. We've got a flag on the far side. It's going to be a false start against Rutland, and that'll back them up to 1st and 15. False starts have been rough for both teams in this one so far. That's to be expected a little bit in the early going in the season, but both teams going to want to clean that up a little bit as this season goes along.
For sure. And we saw a lot of it last week with both of these squads as well, but these first couple of games, you got to get those things out of the way before region comes around.
That one's going to be up the gut, and I believe that was Roquemore with the carry. He's going to get a gain of about 3 to make it 2nd and 12.
5 Roquemore, 10 Bryson Childers in on the play, along with a couple other Seminoles.
Under 10 to go here in the second quarter. Low snap. Going to try to salvage it, and that's a good job to just keep that from being a turnover. They took Johnson out from the gun. That was the Tyson White was taking the snap there, the other quarterback for Rutland. But he and Roquemore not on the same page for that snap with the offensive line. And so now it'll be 3rd and long. Looks like 3rd and 16. Here's White back to pass. White rolling out right, and he's going to be sacked. First of the game for this defense, and it looks like it's going to be the guy who's been back there all night long, Bryson Childers, with the sack to set up 4th down, and that's going to force a punt for Rutland. That's a big stop after 2 big first downs for the Rutland offense.
Yeah, and I'm excited for this Westside defense. You know, Coach Harris came into this head coaching role after being the defensive coordinator for 7 years, and now he's kind of able to run the defense through that vision that he's seen these past few years.
And I believe that's now a series-stopping sack for Bryson Childers on this drive defensively, and a touchdown catch on the other end of the field last drive for the Seminoles as well. That's a good 2 series for him.
So Childers coming up strong.
Weaver back to punt, but we're going to have a whistle before it goes. For the Seminoles here right now. .8:18 to go, second quarter. Westside Seminoles up 20-7 on the Rutland Hurricanes here on Middle Georgia Sports Live on YouTube. And it looks like we've got a flag here. It's going to say Seminoles ball, though. And it will be Jaden Stevens out to start the drive. There was a big flag after the play on Rutland, it looks like, and that's going to set the Seminoles up an even better field position. They've got the ball at the 29-yard line.
The penalty, ball is placed at the 29-yard line with the first and 10.
8:17 to go, second quarter. Stevens going to take the snap from the gun. Looking to throw. Winds up, goes deep. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Good throw, but unable to haul it in was Corin Veal. And that's going to set up 2nd and 10. Good coverage in the end. Neither team's really had the passing game going. Westside hasn't needed to, except for the 2-yard passing touchdown to Childers. Stevens from the shotgun, 2nd and 10. He's going to hand it off, and now busting it to the outside, picking up about 4 on the carry that time was Tyleek Flint. And that's going to set up 3rd and 6 from the 25-yard line. This would be a big 3rd down stop just outside the red zone for the Hurricanes if they can get it. But you don't know for sure if the Seminoles will even opt for the field goal here if they're stopped. Stevens from the gun takes the snap, looks to throw, quick slant, it's caught, and that's going to give the Seminoles a 1st down. Veal couldn't haul it in the end zone, but he catches the slant. That time that's Zamori Clark for the 1st down, and that will move.
Showing a lot more discipline on the football than they showed last week. Being able to kind of slow down, make the play. I think last week, week 1, they were in their shaky phase a little bit, still kind of getting used to things, running the plays. This week they look a lot more disciplined.
So 1st and 10 from the 18. This is a quick screen pass, and it's blown up there. Great coverage out there by Kendriel Miles. And that's a huge tackle for loss. That'll set up 2nd and 12 from about the 21. And for Rutland's defense, they haven't created enough of those negative plays yet. And that's the first real big one that they've had and forced. They forced a punt on the first drive of the game for the Seminoles, but since then it's been 3 straight touchdowns. Looking to prevent it from becoming 4 straight, as now Stevens drops back to pass again. Scrambling, he's under pressure, rolls out left, looking for a man. Call him down at the 6-yard line, but what a catch that was by Fabian Johnson, the senior, to set up 1st and goal. And good composure under pressure by Jaden Stevens. He almost was sacked, and it looked like it might have been a strip sack, but he kept rolling out, found a man downfield. Well played by the junior quarterback.
And this Westside offense is just making play after play, getting closer and closer, and they've been able to take advantage of these drives for the most part.
1st and goal from the 6 for Stevens. Stevens takes the snap. He's going to look to run out to the right side. He's bottled up behind the line. Now looks to throw. And it will be incomplete. Interesting to see if there was anyone downfield. Didn't look like it. A lot of times on those plays you see the ineligible downfield calls, but that's, in that instance, a smart play by Stevens to stop the clock and set up 2nd and goal from the 6 rather than being stopped for a loss. He was looking for Corin Veal in the end zone, but he couldn't get it to him. And it looks like on 2nd and 6. And they try to power it through, but it's a gain of only about 1 or 2. We'll see where they mark him. It's at the 5. So now 3rd and goal from the 5 after the Wildcat snap to Tyleek Flint. They got the fullback Thomas Russell out there to block, but good job by the front 7 for Rutland to get another stop, and now it's another 3rd down for the Seminoles offense. They've been able to convert recently, but we'll see what they can do here. It'll be Jaden Stevens coming back on to take the 3rd down snap. From the 5, one wide to the right side. Stevens looking his way, a cut inside, and it's incomplete. Veal looking for a flag, but not going to get it, and that sets up 4th and goal from the 5. Actually, there is a flag, but back at the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the call is. This is a big one. It might be moving the Seminoles back, or It could set up 1st and goal and reset the chains. They are going to call defensive pass interference, but there was also an ineligible man downfield. And so that's going to reset the play. 3rd and goal from the 5 coming up once again, Braden. That's a big break for the Seminoles that they get to redo that play.
No doubt about it.
But also it could have been 1st and goal if not for the ineligible man downfield.
That's correct. We're seeing a lot of errors on both sides of the ball. You mentioned it earlier, these early games in the season, you're going to have a lot of those mistakes. We'll see if they can take advantage of 3rd and 5 again.
Looking to the fade to the end zone, and it is just out of reach for Veal, and so that is going to set up 4th and goal. We'll see if they keep the offense out there. The run defense has done much better in this series for the Hurricanes. Stevens hasn't had the play there with his legs, and it looks like they're going to send out Marvins for the field goal. I believe. Yep, he is out there. So they're going to try to make this 23-7 on 4th and goal with 4:43 to go in the second. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout before we get to that. It's the second of the half for Rutland. It's been a much faster moving second quarter so far, Braden. But with that being said, Westside has done exactly what they've needed to in the big moments on offense. They've got 2 big 3rd down conversions on that last drive, the one that's still going and trying to get 3 points out of it. But if somehow Rutland can get through like they did on the last extra point, maybe get a stop here. Special teams has been really important in this game so far. Getting no points on the board here, if Rutland can do something before the half to cut this lead down a little bit, that would be a big momentum shift going into halftime.
Absolutely. And Rutland needs a big momentum shift to go into halftime to kind of carry themselves and try to get back in this thing. They're not out of it yet. But Westside, the last time they were 4th and I think it was 4th and 3 last time, but 4th and 5 this time, they were able to get in and convert for the touchdown. So we'll see what happens here.
And after having Marvins on, the field goal unit was out there at first. Rutland takes the timeout on defense, and now they're going to get the offense back out there for 4th and goal from the 5. So a big point here in the game in the second quarter. Stevens from the gun. Wide receivers coming in tight, 1 tight end to the left. Here's the snap, pressure, rolling out to the right is Stevens. He's going to get some room, throws to the end zone, got it, man, and the touchdown. Jaden Jackson, the reception, and that's the 4th straight touchdown drive for this Seminole offense. Huge conversion on 4th down to put the Seminoles up 26-7.
So Jaden Stevens did a great job setting that play up, and then Jackson kind of finding that hole, shifting off his defender, able to make the grab, and 6 more goes on the board for the Seminoles.
They were forced backwards on their first drive. They lost 2, forced a punt on 4th and 12, as that extra point is blocked as well. And so that will keep it at 26-7, 2 straight blocked extra points for the Rutland special teams unit. But that being said, a good first drive defensively for Rutland, and since then they have not been able to stop Jaden Stevens. 4 straight touchdowns for the junior quarterback.
Jaden Stevens is a unit for sure, and I think he's going to be dangerous in the next couple of years. And I think he's just what Westside needs. You know, Westside is a program that has been down the last couple of years as well. I believe they had 4 wins last year. They're trying to bounce back and make a run themselves. And to me, Jaden Stevens is just the man they need running the offense to make that happen.
So both teams have had special team successes as of late. Rutland with 2 blocked extra points to keep 2 points off the board, and Westside with a blocked punt to set up that scoring drive. Both teams with big kickoff returns as well. But it is Westside with the 19-point lead, making it a 3-score game with that touchdown.
And if you're Rutland, you've got to do something here before the half going into the locker room.
Absolutely. You need to cut this lead down if at all possible. It's a good kick for Marvins. It's going to be fielded, muffed, at about the 18, but space to run here. And a good cut, now getting upfield across the 30, 35, 40, makes a move, still moving to the 50, and across midfield to the 46-yard line. What a return by Isaiah Wheeler to set the Hurricanes up in plus territory.
It seems like every return we've got a call to talk about.
It's been electric.
The special plays have just been on fire.
So good field position here for the Hurricanes with 4:21 left to go in the first half. They've got to make something happen here, you got to think. They do get the ball to start the third quarter, so a chance to go 2 for 1 here. Actually, I apologize. They do not get the ball to start the third quarter. It was Westside that kicked off to start. Here is a snap to Johnson going out wide to the right side. He's going to cut back towards the inside of the field, stretch the ball across the yard to gain and get the first down, I believe, getting to about the 36, and that will move the chains. So a good run of 10 yards for Zamarian Johnson. A good start to the drive.
Zamarian Johnson able to just keep on running the ball. And they do need to score here, like you said, before halftime. We'll see if they're able to get the ball in the end zone.
There's some frustration there from Donovan Rutledge, the wide receiver, telling his teammates to motion out to his side. And now here's a good run and a tackle. A big sling down by Sean Hollins, but that was a respectable gain on first down by Roquemore. And we'll see what the Hurricanes can do with this drive as they keep moving. 3.5 to go in the second quarter. Another handoff to Roquemore. He's going to run to the right side. Didn't get much blocking there on the outside, and he's going to be bottled up at about the 30 before his forward progress was stopped. And that'll set up 3rd and 3 from the 30-yard line. Good field position helped him out, and good run game to start things off here. And that's been what's worked so far for Rutland. They haven't been able to throw the ball with success yet in this one, but the run game has been their friend so far, at least.
No doubt about it, but they've got a strong run game, like you said, and they've been able to move the ball when they need to.
They had 6 rushing touchdowns last week, and it looks like they're going to get the defense to jump here to set up another first down. We'll see. A couple of flags flew there. And it is going to be encroachment against Westside, so that will set up first down for the Hurricanes. That's a big penalty on the Westside defense. They haven't had many of those, but it keeps the drive alive for the Hurricanes. 2:45 to go here in the second quarter. Approaching red zone territory for the Hurricanes offense. Johnson going to take the snap from the gun. And that's going to be a false start, and that's really unfortunate because there was a good hole there for Roquemore, and that's going to back up the Hurricanes offense 5 yards.
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier about the penalties coming into play these first couple of games, and had that penalty not happened, that was a hole he could have went through and gained a lot of yards and potentially even put some points on the board.
Well, you're glad that at least the encroachment came first, because you'd much rather have 1st and 15 than 3rd and 9, but so ball will be placed at the 30. 2:41 to go in the half. 1st and 15 for the Hurricanes offense. They trail 26-7. Zamarian Johnson has the lone touchdown on the ground. He takes the snap, looks to run. He's going to try to break through the line, but he's stopped, and it's going to be a sack, and it looks like the second sack of the game for Bryson Childers.
It looks like Jamarion Smith lost his helmet on that play.
Yeah, he's going to be forced to the sideline, so it sets up 2nd and 16 with 2:29 to go in the half, and the clock rolls. Drive starting to stall a bit here for the Hurricanes at the 31-yard line. Johnson looking to take the snap. Quick pass out to the near side. Got a block. Got a first down at the 20 and down to the 18-yard line before he's tackled. That's the first good passing play of the game that we've seen. A quick shot to the near side, and that's a good run there by the wide receiver Isaiah Wheeler, who had the kick return to start the drive. And now it'll be red zone drive for the Hurricanes.
Glad to see a pass play work out in Rutland's favor. Wheeler did lose his helmet on that one, so unfortunately he will have to come out for this play.
And the scoreboard went off for a minute here, so they're going to take a stoppage to reset everything. And I believe it'll be first down, definitely for the Hurricanes inside, so a de facto 2-minute warning here. And we'll take a timeout. It's 26-7 Seminoles. The Hurricanes threatening, though, to close out the half when we come back.
When doubt surrounds your picture of tomorrow, hope from others can light the way forward. A whole team of people focused on what's next. Devoted to medicine that envisions the future so you can do the same. The power of second chances is here at Emory Healthcare, but its beauty shines brightest when you bring it home.
And welcome back to Macon, Georgia on Middle Georgia Sports Live. It is the Rutland Hurricanes inside 2 minutes, 1:41 to go in the half. They've got 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Down 26-7, threatening to cut the lead before the half. Westside will receive to start the third quarter. And this is a run play to the right side, cutting back in across the 15, lunging for extra yards, getting it to about the 13. That was a good run for Tyson White in the gun, I should say. They had both quarterbacks out there for that snap. Tyson White will stay at quarterback. Zamarian Johnson heads out wide. In the slot on the left, number 0. And now White looking to run again to the left side. White across the 10 and down to the 9. So that will set up good scoring position for the Hurricanes.
Ball's going to be placed, looks like at the 9-yard line. Where to be second down. Hurricanes can still get a first down on this drive.
And I believe this is going to be 3rd and about 5.
I think it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6. I mean, you can't tell at home, but these windows are crazy. We can't see the down markers. There's a good run, and in for the score. Walloped at the goal line, but in for the touchdown is Donovan Rutledge. And that is a big score for Rutland with 35 seconds left in the first half to cut the lead down. And that'll make it a 2-score game. That is a big rushing touchdown for Donovan Rutledge. So an interesting swap there. Good coaching decision for Rutland to put White under center and put Johnson out wide as a threat from the slot. And they'll go for 2 here, and they'll get it. That is Tyson White with the 2-point conversion, and that will cut the lead down to 11. That is a good 2-point conversion there because now you're down to touchdown, 2-point conversion, and field goal. So an easy 2 scores. This is a very manageable deficit for Rutland here. 26-15 the score with 35 seconds left to go in the first half. And we'll see if Westside will just kneel it out and take it to the half. But that was great execution offensively from the Hurricanes.
Absolutely. That was exactly what they needed to do. And going into the half and the lead is cut down to 11 just like that, being able to get that touchdown when it matters most, and then on top of that, get the 2-point conversion to put your team over the edge. What can you say about the Rutland offense after just being able to bounce back like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you have to give some credit to the special teams, right? Because it starts with 2 big extra point blocks after Westside touchdowns, right? This could be 28-15 right now. but it's 26-15. And then after the scoring drive from Westside, a huge kick return, the second big kick return of the night. And keep in mind, 2 of the last 3 drives for Rutland have started with good kick returns. Both of those 2 have resulted in points on the board. Their 2 scoring drives both set up by great kick returns. And the special teams is playing a factor so far in this one. And that's a muffed kick. Ball is live. We'll see who recovers.
I think a Seminole may be on top of that one.
We will see. Rutland obviously thinks they have it.
And they'll give it to Rutland, it looks like.
And the ball's going to be at the 30.
Excuse me, they will give that to Westside.
That's a huge recovery from Westside. I couldn't tell at first who ended up holding on to that. That would have been a huge opportunity with 30 seconds left in the half for Rutland to put some points on the board, but instead it'll be Westside at their own 30 with 30 seconds to go, 1st and 10. See if they try to make anything happen here, if they just kneel it out and take it to the locker room. It looks like they may try to run a play here, a play or 2.
They've got some time to potentially score some more points.
They do have one timeout. Jaden Stevens from the gun. And a whistle before the snap. Delay of game against Westside. A bit of confusion after the recovery of the kick is going to set up 1st and 15 from the 25. We'll see if that changes anything for the approach for this Westside offense.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Ball be placed at the 25-yard line. 30 seconds here to go in the half.
So Stevens will stay out there and take the snap. He's going to run to the left, get through the line of scrimmage, looking to throw downfield, and it's caught. Good for the first down across midfield, and looks like Westside will keep things moving. They're going to take their timeout here with 18 seconds left. I thought that Stevens was close to the line of scrimmage, but how many times tonight have we seen Stevens keeping his eyes downfield, finding the open man, and that is a big gain of 28 yards to set the Seminoles up at the 46, 29-yard gain on the pass that time. And it's going to be at the 46-yard line of the Rutland Hurricanes with 18 seconds to go, now out of timeouts. So everything's got to be to the sidelines or the end zone at this point if you're Westside. And that's why you try to make something out of it. That was a big play on the very first play of the drive, chunk play to set them up, potentially get into field goal range.
That's right. We'll see if Westside's able to score some more, but I think Jaden Stevens has the arm to potentially do something special here and add another touchdown.
We'll see what they try to do here.
Plenty of time if you're Westside to make something happen.
Definitely time, but you've got to have smart clock management. You have to get out of bounds because you know you don't have any timeouts left.
That's right. So 18 seconds. We'll see what Jaden Stevens and the Knowles offense is able to come up with.
Westside Seminoles lead the Rutland Hurricanes 26-15. 18 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Jaden Stevens, he's got 4 touchdowns total. He's going to go deep, looking for the end zone, and out of the reach of everyone. And as I mentioned, it's got to be to the end zone or the sidelines. He opted for the end zone, but overthrew everyone. There is a flag down back in the secondary. We're going to see what this call is. And this is a big penalty if it's on the Hurricanes.
So they'll wave that one off.
No pass interference after they got together. The back judge decided no flag. So 10 seconds left, 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. But that is the first time in this game that we've seen Stevens try to unleash the long ball. And he definitely got some air under it. That one got towards the goal line. That one went about 45, 50 yards in the air. So now the Seminoles know Stevens has that in him. And we'll see what they choose to do here. Stevens going to take the shotgun snap. 10 seconds left to go in the half. Looking for something quick. He's going to have a man. He opted for the deep ball rather than the open pass on the sidelines at about the 30. And now 3rd and 10 with 2 seconds to go, and this one has got to get to the end zone. You think, hindsight is 20/20, obviously, Braden, but a quick 10 to 15 yards there to the sideline and out of bounds wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world.
No doubt about it, because that gets you a little closer to potentially kick a field goal if you wanted to. But now it's only 2 seconds. You've got to go long here.
Or potentially the hook and ladder.
3rd down, unless there's a penalty, this looks like it might be the last play of the half.
And you don't want to throw an interception here if you're Westside that Rutland could potentially return.
Rolling right after the shotgun snap. Pressured in the backfield. He's going to throw it short, and that's incomplete, and that will take us to halftime. A good half, though, for Jaden Stevens, despite some incompletions there at the end. But Stevens, with 4 total touchdowns, is the story so far. 2 on the ground and 2 in the air. And the Westside Seminoles lead the Rutland Hurricanes 26-15 at the half. Braden, a high-scoring game so far. Both teams able to convert offensively, but the Rutland Hurricanes getting 8 points at that last drive of the half is absolutely huge.
Definitely, being able to kind of cut that lead down going into the halftime locker room gives you some momentum to kind of pour that fire into your guys if you're a coach and try to get some more scores in this second half.
That it is, and we'll see what the teams are able to do. Westside is going to get the ball to start the second half, and we'll see if they can extend their lead when we come back. But we'll take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, presented by Coca-Cola and Emory Healthcare. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Warner Robins is up 7-0 over Northeast at halftime. County still triumphing over Jones County 28-6. Winning 22-24 in the first quarter using the Bulls in the early release of 2K27 up here at the booth. Tremendous, tremendous, tremendous job. Put your hands together one more time.
Welcome back to Bibb County here in Central Georgia, and we are live with you on Middle Georgia Sports Live. I'm Graham Tuck, joined by Braden Holder, and it is a 26-15 lead for the Westside Seminoles to start the second half against the Rutland Hurricanes. Westside coming in at 0-1, Rutland 1-0 after their first win in 3 years since October of 2023. They got a win last week over Crawford County, and that was a big win for them, and they were looking to take down Westside for the first time ever tonight. It didn't get off to the best start, but a big touchdown and two-point conversion right before the halftime break. Westside had a chance to get some points on the boards as well, but they'll get the ball to start here in the second half. Braden, to recap that first half, it was really just the Jaden Stevens show. He had 4 straight touchdown drives, 2 on the ground himself, and then 2 passing touchdowns. There 6 drives for Westside in the first half. They went 3 and out on their first drive with a punt, lost 2 yards on that drive. Then 4 straight touchdown drives, and then the one that ended the half. The defense has been great. 2 interceptions of the quarterback, Zamarian Johnson, for Cody Mitchell on the first 2 drives of the game. Then a turnover, a muff kickoff for Rutland. Then a touchdown from Johnson. A blocked punt by Westside set up another scoring drive. Then that big touchdown drive at the end of the half that we mentioned. But Rutland, they're hanging around. They've made this an 11-point game going into the second half. It's going to be on the defense to start this one off, or the second half off, I should say, for Rutland. They need a stop here to keep this a 2-score game.
Absolutely. You mentioned it earlier, Jaden Stevens. He's the man of the hour, and he has shown up and shown out today. I think he's going to be huge moving forward in the next couple of years. He's going to be huge this season, and he's been huge tonight. Obviously setting up the Seminoles for some success, and he's just been huge all night. And Westside with the lead, but like you mentioned, Rutland being able to kind of bounce back at the end of the half there, putting some points on the board when it matters most to build up the momentum. 2 blocked extra points for Rutland, and then they turn that into a 2-point conversion on their side to swing it a little bit further. So Rutland able to bounce back.
Swing, good point.
Rutland able to bounce back when it matters the most.
Yeah, so far at least. And it's going to be, I guess, technically the 4th drive, but the 3rd scoring drive for Westside. They put in Amari Spencer at quarterback. The drive started to stall. It seemed like a planned switch, but they went back to Stevens and never looked back, as that one is muffed out of bounds. Lucky bounce for Westside. That could have been a turnover to set Rutland up with great field position, but instead it's out of bounds, and they'll get the ball at their own 30 to start the second half.
So Rutland only down 11 points. If you're Coach Anthony Williams here, what are you kind of telling your guys in that halftime locker room to kind of come out into this 3rd quarter and play ball?
Yeah, I think you got to just get the message across that you're still in it. I mean, that half, especially defensively, didn't exactly go the way that you wanted it to, but no matter what, you're still just 11 points down. It's a 2-score game. You got to start out strong on defense. The defense showed some good bend in the first half for Rutland. They had some good moments, some good forcing 3rd and long, but you got to come up when it matters most and get a stop. They had one on the very first drive, a 3 and out, but since then, all scoring drives except for the drive that ended the half. So we'll see what Rutland is able to do here defensively as Stevens trots back out there for Westside. This is going to be a flag. Delay of game, a good start defensively for Rutland, and that's just a mistake that cannot happen for Westside to start the half off.
Yeah, Westside's had a lot of those the past couple of games. They'll be looking to clean those up.
So 1st and 15, 11:56 left on the clock. 3rd quarter just getting underway. It's going to be a handoff and a big hole on the right side. First down as getting across the 40 to move the chains. That was a good run for Caleb Simmons. Gain of 15 to set up 1st and 10. There's going to be another handoff to Simmons. This time he's going to go up the middle and pick up about 3.5. It'll be a second and a short 7 or a long 6, one of the two. And it will be 2nd and 7. So 2 straight handoffs to Simmons to start the half here for Westside. Not going too aggressive here with the 11-point lead, but expect to see a lot of running here for the Seminoles offense.
No doubt about it.
Man in motion, goes behind Stevens, takes the snap. He's going to swing it out wide to him. This is a run technically, and a tackle for a loss. That's going to be a big loss of about 5 there. And a loss of rushing yards for Zamori Clark on the swing pass. They're going to officially mark him 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and so that will make it 3rd and 11. That's a huge tackle for the Rutland defense.
And I think Rutland has came out of the locker room exactly how they needed to start this second half.
So we'll see what the Seminoles offense can do on 3rd and long. They've been good in this situation so far. There's a slant and bobbled, dropped. Good coverage there defensively by the cornerback, Donovan Rutledge. He's got a touchdown on the other side. He had the rushing touchdown for Rutland, and that is a huge stop for the Rutland defense to keep it a 2-score game as they look to get the ball back. That's the first punt of the game for Westside since the very first drive of the game. So we'll see what Rutland can do here, but they did a great job of starting off on the right note here in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. Across town, the Central Chargers have a 28-0 lead at halftime over Jordan from Columbus.
That was a bad snap, trying to kick it off the ground. Punt was blocked somehow, still got it away. And that one's going to roll to the 41-yard line. Looks like we have a flag down back where the punt was. We're going to see what the call is. But it looks like it's going to stay Rutland ball regardless, as the defense and punt team trots off the field. So decent starting field position for the Hurricanes here, regardless of the result of the penalty. It looks like it might be against Rutland. I don't know. Both fouls against Westside, so it's going to stay Rutland ball. Looked like an illegal motion and illegal kicking. He never cleanly fielded the snap, so that would be the illegal kicking. He kicked it off the ground. And so the Rutland offense is going to get going here, 1st and 10. We'll see where the drive starts, but this is a chance to really make this a game here, Braden.
No doubt about it. They need to take advantage of that flag. And Westside has got to start taking control of some of those mistakes. But here come the Hurricanes. They do need to see what they can do here.
And there's a tackle for a loss to start things off. Not a good start to the drive for Rutland. Bottled up behind the line of scrimmage there was Tyson White, the quarterback. That's another good play behind the line for this Seminole defense. It's going to bring up 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. Drive started on the Seminole 49. And we're going to have another flag here. It looks like it's going to be against the Hurricanes, so it'll back it up even more. This is going to bring up 2nd and 18. Not a good start to an opportunity to cut this to a 1-score game for Rutland.
No, we were just talking about how great it was for Rutland to be able to get moved up from the penalties, and now they're backing themselves back up.
Mm-hmm. White will take the snap from the shotgun. Quick out to Zamarian Johnson, who was playing quarterback at first. He's going to get back across the original line of scrimmage as he loses his guardian cap a little bit. And that's going to take him. They get the penalty yardage back and a little bit more. It's going to put them to the 47-yard line.
Ball's going to be spotted. The 47-yard line of the Hurricanes would be 3rd down.
Third down here, White under pressure, and he's going to be sacked.
Big time stop there for Westside.
That's a huge sack. It looked like Kevin Dawson, who was in there to make the tackle on the blitz. Excuse me, that's Sean Hollins with the sack, and that will be a quick 3 and out. The penalty's really hurting the Hurricanes here after they started that drive in Westside territory and just couldn't get anything done.
So not the drive that Rutland was hoping to come out of the gates with in the second half. But Westside able to just clutch up on defense and stop the Hurricanes from getting any further.
And we're going to get a whistle here before the punt. It looks like a timeout for Rutland, perhaps. Yep, Rutland takes their first timeout of the half. But despite the fact that that was not a great offensive series for Rutland, a defensive half plays into Rutland's hand here because you're in striking distance now. If this becomes an offensive shootout, you do not have the upper hand right now. You're already facing an 11-point deficit. Westside needs to get some points on the board here.
It's a great point. A defensive battle does kind of work a little bit more in Rutland's favor.
If they can keep hanging around, that's definitely something that they would be okay with. You just can't let it get out of hand. Because with it just being a 2-score game, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal ties this game up. Bryson Weaver back to punt. Mishandled. It's up into the air, getting it away. And waving for the fair catch. It's going to take a Seminole roll and head out of bounds at their own 48-yard line. And that's where they will start with 7:33 left to go in the third quarter.
So now Westside gets the ball back with a decent field. Decent field position for Westside. What are you kind of looking to do here? Obviously, you want to kind of be conservative a little bit, maintain your lead. What are you looking to do here?
I think you got to put the ball in Jaden Stevens' hands. The last drive, they tried to, they had the little swing pass outside to Zamori Clark. They had the running plays with Caleb Simmons, but it was a quick 3 and out, or they had the 1 first down, but then the punt. You got to let Stevens keep running the show here, in my opinion.
And Jaden Stevens has just been lights out.
So the drive starts at the 47-yard line. They will hand off again. That's a good first down run. And across the marker, across the 40, and getting into Rutland territory there was Tyleek Flint. That was a big pickup. Of 14 yards. Huge gain on first down. Set up 1st and 10 at the Rutland 39. That's 2 straight drives that have started with running gains of 10+. Last drive it was Simmons. This time it's Flint. Stevens going to take the snap again here. In the gun. Fakes the handoff. This time he's going to take it back, and he's immediately swarmed behind the line. Going to try to throw it away, and it is caught at the 40. So that'll be a loss of 1, but even getting back towards the line of scrimmage, pretty impressive there. That was, I believe, Flint on the catch.
Yep. So Tyleek Flint did a great job of kind of bailing Jaden Stevens out of that one because that was getting to the point where it could be dangerous.
Again, like I said, impressive to even lose 1 on that play. That could have been a sack of 10+ yards. A handoff to Flint here. He's going to break through and still move down to the 30. And he's going to be close to the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and about 1. Flint has had a good drive here so far.
Yeah, Flint's kind of coming out of the locker room and putting some numbers up.
He did not take a handoff on that first drive of the half. He was the running back for most of the first half. But now that's 24 rushing yards for Flint on this drive alone. And it sets up 3rd and 1, 5:46 to go in the third quarter here. Third down has been a point of success for the Seminole offense so far tonight. A couple of their touchdowns have come on 3rd and 4th down. But that's going to move them back. A false start against the Seminoles will make it 3rd and 6.
And that is not what they wanted to do to take away Tyleek Flint's impressive drive there.
We'll put the ball on the 35-yard line of the Hurricanes, who trail by 11 here on defense. They trailed by 19 before a touchdown and 2-point conversion inside the final minute of the first half. And that was another false start, I believe, against the Seminoles. 2 straight false starts, goes from 3rd and 1 to now 3rd and 11. So that completely negates the 10-yard rush by Flint on the last snap. And now it's all the way back to the 40. Penalties have killed both of these teams, and we've seen a lot of them in this one.
Yeah, both of these teams are going to be looking to use the week ahead to clean up a lot of this just rushed football, as I like to call it.
Westside Seminoles leading the Rutland Hurricanes 26-15 here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, presented by Emory Healthcare and Coca-Cola. Stevens going to take the snap on 3rd and 11 from the 40. Immediately rolls out left, looking to throw, looking downfield, and it's out of the reach of Clark, and that will set up 4th down, and it will likely force another punt from the Seminoles. So the Hurricanes helped out by 2 false starts, but they do force another punt. And that is a huge stop for the Rutland defense once again.
We mentioned it earlier, Rutland kind of able to hold on that defensive side of the ball. If they were able to keep doing this, they're still in good position. They can come down and score after this, and it's only an 11-point game.
They gained about 13 yards on that drive. Here comes the punt. And nearly blocked by Rutland. But it's a great punt. It's going to take a Seminole roll. They'll down it inside the 5. What a play on special teams. And the Rutland drive will start at the 3. 97 yards away from the end zone. What a special teams play and what a punt. That was by Monfier Marvins.
Absolutely. Definitely the best they could have made out of that 4th and 11 situation with the punt to be inside the 5 like that.
So after we saw a slew of turnovers and touchdowns and special teams plays, big returns, this second half has been punt, punt, punt. And we'll see if Rutland can change that. They got a long way to go, though.
About 97 yards to be exact.
Yep. It looks like they're going to keep rolling with Tyson White taking the snaps at quarterback after trying out Zamarian Johnson at first. And now White immediately swarmed in his own end zone, does well just to get outside. And looks like there's an injured player for both teams. I believe it's going to be Dalen Harris, who's the one who requires the most attention for Westside. I believe that was the number that I saw. And Dalen Harris is down. It also looked like Charles Martin, the tight end for Rutland, was a bit injured on that play as well, but he was able to walk it off. Harris requiring a little bit more attention.
We'll take an Emory Healthcare injury timeout. We'll be right back.
When doubt surrounds your picture of tomorrow, hope from others can light the way forward. A whole team of people focused on what's next. Devoted to medicine that envisions the future so you can do the same. The power of second chances is here at Emory Healthcare. but its beauty shines brightest when you bring it home.
Back here, and we are facing 2nd and 11 from the 2 for the Rutland Hurricanes. They're down by 11 with 5:02 to go in the 3rd quarter, backed up towards their own end zone. That was a loss of 1 on the last rush for White, who's now taking snaps at quarterback for the Hurricanes. Made that switch in their final scoring drive of the first half, and he's been the quarterback here for the Hurricanes in the second half. Zamarian Johnson has remained on the field as a wide receiver here. You can see him at the bottom right of your screen with the black helmet. There's a handoff and a good gain and a big gain. Room to run for the Hurricanes back all the way across midfield. He's got room to go. Does he have enough gas? Hauled down at the 20. A huge gain for Billy Roquemore. A 78-yard run for Billy Roquemore, and he gets all the way down to the red zone.
What a change of events. Billy Roquemore able to clutch up when he needs to. The ball, remember, was at the 97. And now it's all the way inside the 20.
Is this going to come back? This would be devastating. Sideline warning is all it is. The play will stand, though. A huge run for Billy Roquemore. 78 yards from his own 2 all the way down to the 20. And now the Hurricanes have a chance to cut this to a 1-score game after the most electrifying play of the night. Officially going to be a gain of 79. Marked down at the 19. A huge gain for Roquemore.
Rutland needs to score here and take advantage of that gain.
Absolutely. White takes the snap, rolls right, across the line, and down to the 11. They're going to mark him down at the 12, and so that will be a gain of 7 for White on 1st and 10, setting up 2nd and 3 with 4.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time here for Rutland after that huge gain by Roquemore. White, handoff once again. They'll run it to the left side, getting around the outside to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Gabrielle Jolly with the score to cut it down to 4. Extra point pending, but what a drive that was with the huge gain on the ground by Billy Roquemore. And then his teammates finishing it off. That is a huge touchdown drive after 2 straight punts forced by the Hurricanes defense to even keep them within striking distance. And it looks like they're going to actually go for 2 here to keep it a 3-point game. If they can convert, it'll be a 5-point game if the Seminoles get a stop. White's going to roll out right, looking to the goal line, and he's through and in. So a 3-point game after another 2-point conversion for the Hurricanes. What a game this is becoming.
I mean, we mentioned it. If Rutland could hold out on defense a few more drives and convert, then they could get down and score and make it a close game. And here we are. We're a field goal away from a tie. And I think oh no. They'll have to repeat it.
Looked like a dead ball foul from what I could tell. And they're going to have to redo the 2-point conversion, it looks like. So it's back to 26-21. They're going to have to redo the 2-point conversion after the dead ball foul against Rutland. Potentially a huge turning point in this game. The touchdown stands, though. It's the 12-yard rushing score for Jolly.
And I'm not sure what that penalty was called on it, and I think he called it against Westside, but that they had to repeat half the
White's
distance to
going
the
to
goal.
take it. Yep, he gets in anyway, so that puts it 26-23 the score now. A huge scoring drive for Rutland, and now they've got the momentum, and the pressure is on Westside and Jaden Stevens. They credit where due. I mean, the Hurricanes just kept hanging around. It was as bad as 26-7 at one point, but this is now unanswered points for the Hurricanes. They're coming all the way back at 16 unanswered, 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and now they need to get a stop and a chance to take the lead.
Absolutely. Rutland has just came up big when it matters. Like you said, those two-point conversions have made this what it is. That's a 2-point swing if they were to kick those 2 extra points, and now they've got it to where it's a 3-point game, and that's huge.
Absolutely. Zamarian Johnson was really the only offense that the Hurricanes had in the first half, and he's almost been completely phased out here in the second half, not doing much of anything on offense. It has been the Tyson White show at quarterback, obviously with a huge 79-yard run by Billy Roquemore all the way from his own 2 to set up scoring strikes for the Hurricanes. And now we will see how the Seminoles respond. They still lead by 3 with 4:09 to go in the third quarter. Weaver to kick off, gets his leg into it, and it'll be fielded at the 30. It's muffed. It's a chance for the Hurricanes to pick it up. Ball still bouncing around. The Hurricanes, do they have it? It looks like the Seminoles, for the second time, were able to hop back on a muff kickoff. And Westside will have the ball here at their own 42. That's dangerous. That's the second time in this half that Westside has been unable to cleanly field a kickoff. Excuse me, the first one was back at the end of the first half. But second time that Westside's been unable to cleanly field a kickoff and ends up getting it back.
That could be very dangerous, and if Rutland were able to recover right there on the 40, that could have been huge. That could have given the lead just about to Rutland. Westside's got to make sure they can field cleanly and get their hands on the ball quick.
And so now let's see how Jaden Stevens responds. He had 4 straight scoring drives in the first half, 2 punts to start the second half. Hasn't had the ball in his hands much. It's been mostly on the ground. He'll hand it off again, and it'll be a gain of about 3 by Caleb Simmons. They'll actually mark him short. It's a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up. In this half, Stevens with -1 passing yards and no rushing yards. He'll hand it off again, and this time it's Simmons again getting across the 45. They'll mark him down at the 47 to set up 3rd and 3. So another 3rd down for this Seminole offense. 5-yard gain that time by Simmons. And this time it'll be stopped in the backfield. 4th down forced by the Hurricanes. What a defensive half Rutland is having, and it'll force another punt. And Westside has seemingly completely taken the ball out of Jaden Stevens' hands.
I think that was Kendriel Miles that kind of came out and set that play up for Rutland's defense. He just was there when he needed to be. And Westside came out playing a faster pace than they have been playing in the first half, a little more up-tempo. Didn't stop Rutland at all, though. A quick 4th down forced. And Rutland's about to get the ball right back.
Punt coming here. It's high into the air on that left far side. And it bounces towards the sideline. Westside will down it at the 32, call it the 33-yard line. So a long way to go, but that hasn't been a problem so far for Rutland after that long touchdown drive of 97 yards on the last drive. I got to say, it is a bit odd to me that Jaden Stevens was so electric in that first half, and they haven't let him do pretty much anything. He has no rushing attempts in this second half. He's attempted 2 passes, 1 completion for a loss of 1. I don't know that I really understand I know that you want to run the clock out, but this is a game now. You got to put the ball in your best player's hands.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they will here moving
And there's
forward.
a fumble by Rutland. White has to jump on it in the backfield. Able to recover, but a loss of 3 will bring up 2nd and 13.
That's White on the read. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Ball at the tip of the nose of the ball.
But man, nothing has stopped Rutland late in this third quarter rather. Being able to convert on that 97-yard loss that they had, being able to score, getting the 2-point conversion. Now it's a 3-point game, and then on Westside's next drive, able to force that 4th down quickly.
Here's White taking the snap, rolling out to the left side, going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and a little more, pushing to about the 37. And that will set up 3rd and about 6.
Sean Hollins and number 32, Thomas Russell, cleaned it up. We're 3rd down.
And a rush again. It's going to get close to the line, but I don't know if they're going to give it to him. And they do move the chains. A good run that time for White. 2 straight runs there for him. And Rutland will have a 1st down at their own 43. White will take the snap again. Hands off, up the middle. Roquemore getting another gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll stop him at the 46-yard line. That's Roquemore's first carry since the 79-yard burst that set up the last scoring drive. It looks like he's still trying to recover some oxygen there. Westside making some defensive shifts. Here's White from the gun again. Time winding down in the 3rd quarter. White gonna escape pressure from the backfield, run over a man. Does good job just to hold onto the ball and get back to the line of scrimmage. But that'll set up another 3rd down after no gain. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 7. And that will do it for the 3rd quarter. So we go to the 4th. Rutland with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion after a big gain from Billy Roquemore and a touchdown from Gabriel Jolly. A huge turn of events in the 3rd quarter. They've got the ball around midfield when we start the 4th quarter. This has become quite a game here.
No doubt about it. I mean, we can't say enough about Roquemore's run that got them inside the 20 from the 97 and being able to score that touchdown, score the 2 points, make it a 3-point game, come out of the bat, or right off the bat, and just force that 4th down as quickly as they did.
Absolutely. This is going to be an exciting finish here in the 4th quarter. I really am interested to see how Westside plays this one offensively because they've gone very, very conservative. There's playing conservative, and then there's the way that Westside has approached this 2nd half so far. I mean, you think about what Jaden Stevens was able to do in the 1st half. 4 straight touchdown drives. The first 2 using his legs, the second 2 over the air. It looked like he was going to be unstoppable, and Westside was on their way to putting up maybe 50 points in this one. And the Seminole offense just completely stalled in that 3rd quarter, unable to do much of anything. Penalties a big part of that as well with the false starts. But here comes a big 3rd and 7 from the 47-yard line for the Hurricanes. And is that a jump by the Seminoles? We will see. It is encroachment, and that'll set up 3rd and short. That is a big penalty against the Seminoles. They have not gotten what they've needed in that regard here in this half. Penalties got to get cleaned up, and it may cost them this game if they don't improve it quickly. It makes it 3rd and 1 from the Seminole 48. Across midfield now is the Hurricane offense. White going to take the snap. Huge 3rd down here. Trying to power it up the middle. Contact in the backfield. This one's going to get blown down. Maybe a flag here. Looks like this one's going to be against the Hurricanes. A false start is going to basically negate that last Seminole penalty. And it makes it 3rd and 6 once again.
Yeah, man, we're just seeing penalty after penalty after penalty.
The flags are flying for sure. A lot of yellow laundry out there on the field, especially here in the second half.
So it'll be third down. Looks like a long 6, maybe 7, depending on how long you hold it.
3rd and 6. White takes the snap, hands it off. Here's Roquemore with room on the right side. Excuse me, this is Jolly, and he gets the first down and more to the 31-yard line. Huge gain for Jolly, who had the touchdown, and going to be a flag, I believe, for excessive celebration or taunting after the fact. Maybe a sideline infraction, not sure, but I believe the first down is going to stand. That flag was very late, so it is going to be 1st and 10, I believe, for the Hurricanes. All that matters is the field position, but that's a big gain for Rutland there.
No doubt about it. We'll see what this flag is officials conferring. We saw one earlier in the first half of unsportsmanlike for some stuff after the play. So that backs them up 15 more yards off of the second unsportsmanlike
But it
penalty.
will stay 1st and 10. And that's another big carry here in this half for Jolly. He's had 2 carries in the half, a 12-yard touchdown and a big 23-yard first down. But now the Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10 from the 46. 11:45 to go here in regulation. White takes the snap, hands off again. It's Jolly again, and he's going to be slung down. No, they couldn't wrap him down. And now finally, no, he does get back to the line of scrimmage. What an effort just to get back to the original line on that one. An insane effort from Jolly there for no gain, but it'll set up 2nd and 10 when it could have been 2nd and 15 or more.
We're seeing Jolly kind of come out and make some big plays there, too. I know he didn't gain any yards there, but that was still an impressive run.
And he's come out of nowhere here in that second half. I don't think he had his name called at all in the first half, and he's been a big part of the Hurricane offense here in the second half.
Absolutely.
So they'll officially give him a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 45-yard line. And a bit of confusion for the Hurricane offense. White going to take the snap once again. Rolls to his right, running into pressure, throws it out, and that one's going to be dropped on the sideline. He had a man there, but it was a bit behind him. Luckily, he threw it behind him because it could have gone the other way, but it makes it 3rd and 9. I believe that was Charles Martin, the intended target.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Rutland was able to, use these next couple of plays to do something huge, get a first down, and possibly more. We've kind of seen them explode almost out of nowhere on the explosion plays that they have had this half.
So 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 to be exact from the 45-yard line. Big drive here. Dropping back, going deep, and it's going to be incomplete. But a flag thrown, 2 flags thrown. This is going to be intentional grounding, I believe, and that's going to stop the drive for the Hurricanes. And it is grounding against White. So a chance to take the lead potentially for the Hurricanes, and they let it go to waste. And they'll have to punt here on 4th and very long.
Yeah, like you said, not what you wanted to see there from the Hurricanes, as they did have a chance to get down closer and at least kick a field goal to tie it, but like you said, maybe even taking the lead. And now it's 4th and a country mile.
This drive started, I can't even calculate what the down and distance is here. It's 4th and, like you said, it's at least 20 plus. The line to gain is all the way at the Westside 36-yard line. And the line of scrimmage is the Rutland 29, so do that math at home. But this drive started on the Rutland 33. They got all the way across and in deep, but the 15-yard penalty really, really did some damage to the Hurricanes as this drive ends up moving backwards somehow. And a mishandle on the punt, And this is dangerous for the Hurricanes. And a big tackle there on Bryson Weaver. He couldn't handle the long snap, and this is going to be great position for the Seminoles. They'll have the ball immediate red zone at the 20-yard line.
And just when Rutland thought they had things turning around, they let that penalty get to them. They dropped the punt, and they're not able to advance really any yards from the backfield. Westside will get the ball on the 20. And that is not what Rutland was looking to do.
So after that drive started on the 33, they got it all the way down to inside the Westside 45. They got it deep into Westside territory. It ends up moving all the way back, and now Westside will have this ball at the 20-yard line of Rutland. Just a crazy change of events after that 15-yard penalty. 11:16 to go in the fourth quarter. There's a handoff, and going to be a tackle for loss again. I don't know what has happened for the Seminoles, but it is just immediate handoff for Jaden Stevens. He doesn't even look threatening back there like he might take it himself. His mindset is just hand the ball off, hand the ball off.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of just slower paced football, too, from Westside than when they first came out. And we're also seeing a lot less riskier plays, like you're saying. It's always a handoff, and they haven't really been able to gain a lot of yardage.
It's going to be 2nd and 13.
And I think
they're letting Rutland make some substitutions, as Billy Roquemore will come on to play linebacker here. Stevens takes the snap. Now he'll roll out right. There's that burst of speed, looking to throw. He's got a man, but incomplete, and now it is 3rd and 13.
Stevens' pass is going to fall incomplete.
Intended target that time was Kamal Hassan, the fullback. So 3rd and 13 from the 23. Westside still in field goal range here, but they have had 2 extra points blocked in this one. Got to wonder if this is maybe 4-down territory. Stevens takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. He's going to throw for the end zone. He's got a man and a catch for a touchdown. A huge touchdown that time for Westside, and they extend their lead. It's Caleb Simmons to make it a 2-score game. Talked all half long about the passing game just not being there, and immediately when they let Jaden Stevens have the ball in his hand, he makes something happen.
Yeah, we were definitely looking for the Seminoles to come out these last 10 minutes or so and see if they can get something going, because the run game hasn't been it. Jaden Stevens gets back, he's ready to throw, and we see it, he makes it happen.
And the extra point is good to make it a 10-point game. 33-23, the Seminoles in front. I actually believe that may have been number 7, Veal, not 17, Simmons on the catch. But either way, it's the 5th total touchdown of the game for Stevens. And that is a huge, huge score to extend the lead after Westside didn't have much of anything going offensively in the second half. And even that drive didn't look great, but that was going to be a touchdown no matter where they were on the field. There was room to run for Veal once he caught that, even though he was already in the end zone.
Absolutely. He was wide open, like you said. Westside did a great job setting that up, and Veal doing a great job of just getting open. You know, there was a lot of defenders down there. He had one on him at first. He was able to break away, break free. Stevens was able to see that happening, and he connects the pass, and 6 more points on the board for the Seminoles.
But this is far from over yet. It's going to be the pressure on Rutland now, down by 10, to make something happen here. 10:24 to go in the fourth. Kickoff going to be fielded by Rutland at the 40 and a quick tackle at the 44. Roquemore grabbed it as the returner. But at the 44 brought down, and that will be where the drive starts for Rutland. They've got their work cut out for them, but they need to get points on this drive, down by 2 scores.
Yeah, they definitely can't waste any more time and waste any more drives. They've got to convert something, even if it's not a touchdown. And I think they have to remember that too.
The offense has looked very different with White at quarterback, though, compared
Absolutely.
to when Johnson was taking the snaps in the first half. White will take the snap here, looking to throw. He's going to aim deep. He's got a man, but it's overthrown. That was Rutledge out there looking to haul it in, but it's incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. And you're right, Braden. You need to be okay with a field goal here if you're Rutland. But you got to get into scoring range at some point regardless.
Absolutely.
And Bryson Weaver has shown some leg. He's been good on all of his extra points so far. And he's been good on kickoffs as well. So we will see what Rutland is able to do here. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 44 after the incompletion. White with a quick backwards pass to Roquemore, and he's got room to run. Roquemore across midfield to the 45 for a first down. Going to mark him down at the 44. Not sure if that was a run or a pass, but regardless, it moves the chains.
You got to love how Roquemore is able to just get through those defenders like that. He sees a hole, he bends down, he gets there quickly, and he makes the play happen.
That was a gain of 12 for Roquemore. Now he's going to get even more from the 44 down to the 31. And that will move the chains again, a gain of 13. And it looks like Roquemore might be hurt.
And that is not what you want to see if you're Rutland.
Roquemore going to require some attention. It's his right leg. And we will take an Emory Healthcare injury timeout and be back after this.
When doubt surrounds your picture of tomorrow, hope from others can light the way forward. A whole team of people focused on what's next. Devoted to medicine that envisions the future so you can do the same. The power of second chances is here at Emory Healthcare, but its beauty shines brightest when you bring it home.
We're back here. Billy Roquemore able to hop to the sidelines on his own, helped up. Might have just been cramping up there after the gain of 13. But he's walking with no assistance back to the sideline. Don't think he's going to be in for the next snap or 2 or 3, but looks like he will be okay, which is the good thing there. But it's 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Rutland Hurricanes, down by 10 with 9:59 to go in the 4th quarter. This is a big drive here for the Hurricanes and Tyson White, the junior quarterback.
It is unfortunate to see Roquemore out, but he's not the only one that's been making plays for these Hurricanes. We've seen Jolly with some big runs as well and a few others, but definitely need to get into field goal range, get a little bit closer so they can at least try to put some points on the board with this drive.
Roquemore has 97 rushing yards in this half alone. But he's on the sideline here for this snap. White going to take the snap with Wheeler in the backfield, now in the far slot, and Rutland wasn't able to get themselves together. They're going to have to take a timeout here on 1st and 10. Just couldn't get the formation that they wanted.
That's their second of the half. They'll have one remaining.
And that is a tough lineup there for the Rutland Hurricanes, and burning that timeout, we'll see if it ends up costing them later.
Right. That gives more time for Roquemore to get some assistance on the sideline as well.
Yeah, he'll still be on the sideline for this play, but you're right, it does give him a little bit more of a breather. There's the silver lining. It's going to be 5 wide for this set for the Hurricanes, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Zamarian Johnson, who played most of the first half at quarterback, is down on the very bottom of the screen. White going to take the snap, lone man in the backfield. And again, trouble with the formation for the Hurricanes. And did they take another timeout or did they take the penalty? It is going to be a false start for the Hurricanes, so that'll back them up to 1st and 15. Just an absolute disaster for the Hurricanes here after the injury to Roquemore. It's like they don't know how to line up if he's not on the field.
Rutland trying to be careful here and make sure they don't, lose the advantage of the field positioning that they have. It's still 1st and 15.
From the 36, White will take the snap, jet sweep, and taken down there. It looked like Wheeler, who had the carry, thought he might have heard a whistle. But it'll be 2nd down. It looked like he just stopped in the middle of that run. Regardless, it'll get to the 32, so now it'll be 2nd and 11 after the gain of 4. White will take the snap once again. He's going to roll right, look to throw. Flag is down. Completion, the first of the half for White. And inside the 20 to the 15. Ball is out and recovered by Westside. And this may be a situation where Westside declines the penalty if it's against Rutland. And it is. And they'll decline the penalty, and Rutland a chance to get into the red zone, down by 10. They fumble it away. It was DeAndre Boynton, his first touch of the game. He got it inside the 15, fumbled it away, and Westside recovers. It was an illegal shift, but the penalties declined, and Westside will have the ball on their own 11-yard line. Wow, what a turn of events after the fumble by DeAndre Boynton.
Definitely unfortunate for Rutland. No doubt about it. That is not what they were looking to do. And it looked like a lot of those Rutland guys, they saw the flag go down and they just kind of backed off, kind of slowed down. But had they kept going, had those blockers kind of been up with that, they may have had a better chance of getting on top of that football when it came out.
And that was a long drive, a really long drive for the Rutland Hurricanes. That was going to be inside the 15-yard line and a chance to cut it back to a one-score game. But now it is all on the Westside Seminoles to just run the clock down as much as they can. 9:20 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the pressure is now on for the Hurricanes.
So just like that, the Seminoles have it. It's 1st and 10.
A handoff here, and it'll get across the 15 to the 16 before being stood up there. The carry by Simmons. They'll mark him at the 17 for a gain of 6 on 1st down. So they'll make it 2nd and 4 from their own 17. And the clock just ticking away for the Hurricanes on defense. They've got to get a quick stop here. 2nd and 4. Another handoff. Bouncing it around the edge to the outside. It's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3, not quite to the 20. They'll mark him down at the 19, a gain of 2 for Simmons that time to make it 3rd and 2 from the 19-yard line. And this is a big 3rd down for the Seminoles and for the Hurricanes. A huge opportunity with good field position for the Hurricanes to get a stop here. But a 1st down would just keep the clock moving for the Seminoles. Big snap here for Jaden Stevens from the gun. He's got Simmons to his right. He's run the ball each of the last 2 snaps. Man in motion. It's Clark in the backfield. Another handoff, faking the throw, and tackled for a loss. A huge stop. Simmons stopped behind the line, and with penetration that time, it was Justice Rovira. What a stop for the Rutland Hurricanes. No gain, and it'll be 4th and 2. A huge decision here, and the Seminoles will punt. What a stop by the Hurricanes defense.
So just like that, after the fumble, Rutland thought they were out. Westside thought, you know, they had the ball back. They were going to go make a play happen. Now it's 4th and 2. They never advanced the football.
A huge third down stop for Rutland that they were not getting earlier. 3rd and 4th down was automatic conversion for the most part for Westside earlier in the game, and now the Hurricanes are getting those stops. 4th and 2, looking to bring pressure, and they do get the punt away. It's a good one, and it'll be, I believe, recovered by the Seminoles. It was muffed inadvertently by Zamarian Johnson. We will see here. Is this going to be Hurricanes football? I can't tell. The body language is confusing here. The ball is going to be at the 47-yard line, and it does look like a turnover for Rutland. It looks like they're going to be on defense here. That is unbelievably costly.
Wow. This game has just turned into mistakes versus mistakes. And who is getting the benefit of each mistake?
And lately it's been the Seminoles on the good end of things. So now with 6:39 left to go in the 4th and up by 10, the Seminoles have a chance to keep the clock moving. But instead they're going to try to throw, and it's Stevens still dodging defenders, looking to throw, and a completion. Moving downfield across the 35 to the 33. The catch by Fabian Johnson, and a big first down, moving it inside Hurricanes territory.
This may be where Westside can score some more points and potentially seal the deal.
Down to the 33-yard line. That was a gain of 20 on that completion. So 2 completions for positive yardage here in this half for Stevens. They've gone for 23 and a touchdown, and then that one for 20. Stevens will take the snap again, and this time he hands it off. There's room on the right side, getting across the 25 down to the 21. Another big gain, a chunk play that time for Tyleek Flint. And another first down. A gain of 12. Third rush of 10 yards or more in the half for Flint. And he's going to get it again. Up the middle he goes, looking for the end zone across the 5, still moving. He's in for the touchdown. A dagger by Tyleek Flint. And the Seminoles are going to roll towards their first win of the year.
A costly turn of events for Rutland. They had the ball back, couldn't keep a hold of it on the punt. Westside recovers, get it all the way down. They score the touchdown. And this just about seals the deal. Don't count Rutland out yet. But Rutland's got a lot of work to do if they want to come back from this one.
Extra point is up and good from Marvin's, and that will make it a 40-23 game. Westside with a 17-point lead with 5:24 to go. They score 6 touchdowns in this one. And the muffed punt comes back to bite the Hurricanes. They were going to have a chance with semi-decent field position, but Westside made no mistake after getting the second opportunity on that drive. But make no mistake, this has still been a very entertaining game, Braden.
No doubt about it. I mean, we've seen impressive plays, explosive plays, I would say, from both sides of the football on the Seminoles and the Hurricanes. Rutland and Westside have made this contest interesting, but here as of late, Westside has been able to take advantage of some penalties and some mistakes from Rutland, and they've came out on top. It's 40-23. Rutland's got a lot of work to do if they want to bounce back. 5:24 remaining.
Rutland trailed by 26-23, just 3 points in the fourth quarter. But the penalties, they unraveled in a multitude of ways. And Seminoles with a 17-point lead has another muff, and it's going to be taken down there by the Hurricanes at their own 39, call it the 40-yard line. And that's where they will begin, 1st and 10 with 5:20 to go at the 40. But man, oh man, it's like everything has gone the Seminoles' way in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they almost made the same mistake again.
And the defense for the Hurricanes did their job here in this second half, despite the points on the board here in this fourth quarter. The Seminoles defense in the first half allowed 4 straight touchdown drives. The only 2 non-scoring drives in the first half for the Seminoles were the very first drive, which was a punt, and the last drive, which ended the half, as this one downfield is going to be incomplete by White. In the second half, against the Seminoles, the defense did their job, but good field position and the muffed punt, it just was too much to overcome. The offense has not done their job either. 2 touchdowns. Both teams have had 2 touchdowns in this second half, but it's been 2 touchdowns for the Hurricanes, answered by 2 touchdowns for the Seminoles. Here's White looking to go deep. Didn't have a man. Now he's going to run. He's tripped up at the 45, and it'll be, the 44, and it'll be 3rd and 6. Offense doesn't look like they're moving with any kind of urgency here, trying to make this a game. They're just looking to execute here as this game winds down by 17. White takes the snap on 3rd down. He's pressured immediately, gets away from pressure, throws it up. It's in. No, it's dropped. Looked like it was going to be a pick for Corin Veal. But it'll be 4th and 6. We'll see if Rutland keeps the offense out there. And it looks like they will. They'll go for it on 4th and 6 from their own 44-yard line. And I mean, if a comeback is going to be made, it's got to start right here. White will take the snap. 3 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Out first. No, false start. And another penalty, just completely decimating the Hurricanes offense. That was a long completion to Donovan Rutledge down the field, and he had room to go for a touchdown. But a false start blows the play dead, and that'll make it 4th and 11 from the 39. And that's been the story of that fourth quarter here for the Hurricanes.
Penalty after penalty.
Kinds of games often. They will learn how to execute in these situations with time, but they just didn't have it together tonight. You can see the frustration on the players. 4th and 11. White going out wide, still with it, and he's dropped for a great play behind the line. That was Thomas Ross and some of the
penalty.
And it was later, or I should by Tyleek Flint to seal later, or I should by Tyleek Flint to seal the game line. And seal the game line. And expect to just run the clock out at this point. A handoff and up the middle it goes. It's going to be a decent gain. And up the middle it goes. It's going to be a decent gain. Getting to about the 31-yard line for a pickup of about 5 on 31-yard line for a pickup of about 5 on first down. So 2nd and 5 from the 31 on the 5-yard gain by Flint. 5-yard gain by Flint. And Stevens wants to let it go all the way down. They'll snap it now with 10 left on the play. They'll snap it now with 10 left on the play. Stop for no gain, and it'll be 3rd and 5 with 3:10 left to go. And they'll run the 23 in the 4th quarter, but they just couldn't stop Jaden Stevens and Corin. Just couldn't stop Jaden Stevens and Corin Veal on that one over the top.
That's right.
For the Seminoles, I think you got to keep the offense out there and keep trying to run it. I think you got to keep the offense out there and keep trying to run it here.
I think so too. I think so too. Rutland was impressed. Came out and now
by 11 at halftime. Scored the Seminoles since by 11 at halftime. Scored the Seminoles since then. 4th down and short. They're going to swing it out wide, and that's going to be a backwards pass out of bounds. No, they'll call it incomplete. Call this one. Where if they try to make incomplete, call this one. Where if they try to make something happen, but it's been a good fight for Rutland. They're not going to get the win tonight. They'll drop to 1 next week off and then play Southwest in 2 weeks. That is Westside will and next week also off for Rutland. They will play next week also off for Rutland. They will play, I guess, around midfield. Gets to the 50 with 1:35 to go. That's Zamarian Johnson's first big play of the second half after he took most of the snaps at quarterback in the first half.
Wide Athletic Director Kevin Grooms for all that he does for Bibb County Athletics and for allowing us to be a part.
Have already started filing towards their cars, but this was a fun one tonight, Braden. Absolutely. These two teams, it looked like the order to make a game out of this. They just couldn't pull it together in the end.
That's right. Unfortunate loss for Rutland, but a big win for Westside and the first under their new head coach.
Yeah, huge win for Westside. Hopefully off and then down, and the celebration has begun for the Seminoles over on the far sideline. And another whistle. It's going to be a flag, I believe, for a false start.
And even when the game seems like it's
trying to be good, wins the rest.
Currently on Max Preps anyway, Northeast is leading Warner Robins 20-14 on the road in the 4th quarter. So be interested to see who comes out on top in that game.
White will take the snap. He's going to roll out left. Plenty of room to run. A big score here with about a minute to go. That run, red zone with just over a minute to go.
After the play, there was a late hit targeting on the defense. 15 yards added to the run.
16-yard line. 16-yard line, I should say. White with a good scramble there. And the late hit will set them up in the red zone. A minute and 1 second to go. White with the snap. He's going to look to throw here. Has Johnson open. Couldn't get it to him in time. Now throws for the end zone, and it's picked off at the 1. And that should just about do it. And I got to check and see who that is. I believe that is Cody Mitchell's 3rd interception of the game. It is Cody Mitchell. Wow. 3 picks in the game for Cody Mitchell on defense for the Seminoles. An unbelievable performance, and that makes it a tough call for our player of the game, Braden. I mean, can you really give it to just one guy? You had a 5-touchdown game from Jaden Stevens, 2 on the ground, 3 through the air, but 3 picks in one game for Cody Mitchell. Just an unbelievable individual performance for 2 separate guys on both sides of the ball.
No doubt about it. I think it does make it hard, especially to nail it down to one player when so many of the Seminoles have had incredible nights.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about Tyleek Flint, Corin Veals had a great night. Zamori Clark had a couple big plays. Thomas Russell with a big sack. Bryson Childers had a good game. Really,
the list goes on and on.
Really just an all-around performance tonight from Westside. But the ball is going to be at the 2-yard line, so they will probably have to run. I don't think you'll be able to get into victory formation here with that little space to work with. But this should just about do it. That caps off what's been a great performance for the first win of the season for Rutland, or excuse me, for Westside, I should say, over Rutland. And the Hurricanes will have more wins under their belt the rest of the way, hopefully, but a big win before a bye week for both of these teams. And going to have a little bit of a longer delay here as both teams get set to go for this one final drive. I think if I had to pick one, though, it would probably be player of the game to Jaden Stevens. Just was making plays happen every time he had the ball. And the one quarter where they stalled was the one quarter where he didn't really have the chance to do much of anything in the third.
Right. I think Jaden Stevens all around has just been the best. Shown all sorts of athleticism, being quick on his feet, able to make the play.
It's going to be Amari Spencer taking the snap in the end zone. They're going to try to run it up the middle. They do get out of the end zone back to the line of scrimmage, the 2. Not quite sure who had the carry there. But I believe that should do it. And that has officially run out the clock for the Rutland Hurricanes. A big win, 40-23, the final here at Westside High School. The Seminoles take down the Hurricanes and get a big first win of the season.
Definitely some good, big things to take away from both teams, but Westside tonight with some huge plays. Like you said, Jaden Stevens is our player of the game. He was just overall just everywhere he needed to be, making the plays. But you just mentioned a long list of Seminoles that made stuff happen tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a full team performance, and they pulled away in the fourth quarter to get a big win. 40-23, the final here from Westside High School. The Seminoles taking down the Rutland Hurricanes. I've been Graham Tuck, along with Braden Holder here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you again soon here on YouTube.
When doubt surrounds your picture of tomorrow, hope from others can light the way forward. A whole team of people focused on what's next. Devoted to medicine that envisions the future so you can do the same. The power